All right, so we have a speaking and listening passage here. What's the first thing that we want to do? Well, I noticed that there's some space for some notes. The first thing that I want to do is to set up my notes so that while I'm listening to the passage, I can make sure I'm taking notes on the most important information. Okay? So the very first thing we want to do when we set up our notes for a speaking and listening passage is to see what is the main topic of the passage. I see that this passage is called Machu Picchu. It's called Machu Picchu Notes. So I'm going to add into my notes just that name of the main topic of the passage, which is Machu Picchu. I don't know what Machu Picchu is yet, but I know that we're going to learn that in the passage. So I'm going to need to make sure I get like a definition down as we start listening to the passage. So I want to be ready with a spot to put that in my notes. Okay. Now that I have the main idea down, I want to go ahead and look at all my questions that I'm going to have to answer, because I know I need to figure out that information that's going to answer my questions. Okay, so as I go over these questions, I want to be looking for any key words or phrases that I know I'm going to need to listen for as I listen to the audio passage. So let's take a look at this first question here. It says, which of the following details from the text best supports the conclusion that much mystery surrounds Machu Picchu? So this passage is talking about details from the text, how they support Machu Picchu. But the key word I'm seeing here is that mystery, right? We're trying to figure out which of these pieces of evidence from the text supports that there was mystery surrounding Machu Picchu. So I'm going to add that word mystery up into my notes, because I know I need to listen in the passage for what was a mystery that had to do with Machu Picchu. Okay, let's take a look at the next question. It says, based on how it is used in the clip, the word vacated most likely means. Okay, so I see here, we're going to hear this word vacated in the passage. I'm definitely going to add the word vacated into my notes so I can be ready to kind of listen for that and answer what it means in this passage. Got one more question that we want to look at first before we listen to the passage. Question 4, it says, which of the following is true of Machu Picchu? Select 3 answers. In this question, I don't necessarily see another key word or phrase that I need to put into my notes, but I do see that I really want to focus on facts about Machu Picchu. Okay, I need to find at least 3 things that are true about Machu Picchu. I've already got a space in my notes for that. I'm definitely going to be looking for facts as I listen. Okay, so I've got my notes set up. I know what I'm going to kind of look for or listen for as I listen to the passage, and I think I am ready to begin. So I'm going to go ahead and play the passage, and I'm going to be ready to type into my notes as I'm listening. I want to make sure I'm doing that at the same time to get those notes down in the moment.
In the following presentation, you will hear a speaker present information about Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is tucked away in the mountains near the city of Cusco, Peru, in South America. The Inca built Machu Picchu before they were wiped out by Spanish invaders in 1572. For hundreds of years, only peasants living in the region even knew it existed. Then American archaeologist Hiram Bingham stumbled upon it in 1911. Machu Picchu stretches over 5 miles. It has more than 3,000 stone steps that link its many different levels. Today, hundreds of thousands of people visit Machu Picchu every year. The Inca people built Machu Picchu. They controlled all of western South America in the 1400s and part of the 1500s. Machu Picchu was vacated about 100 years after it was built. Experts believe this happened because the Spanish arrived in Peru in 1526 and began their slaughter of the Inca people. However, there was no evidence the Spanish ever attacked or even reached Machu Picchu. Some experts think the people who lived there left to escape an outbreak of smallpox. Many archaeologists now believe that Machu Picchu was a royal home. They think Inca kings and other important people lived there. Others believe it may have been a prison, a trading post, or a place where the new kings were crowned.
All right, so you will notice I actually kind of, again, paused after the video was over, continuing to make sure I got the most important things into my notes. Okay. So as I was listening for facts about Machu Picchu. I got some of them. I'm sure there are more that I might want to go back and listen to another time. I got a little bit of what that mystery was, and I took some notes right after the word vacated to see if those help me. My next step would be to go back into my questions and see, now that I have these facts and this information written down, are they going to help me answer any of my questions?